Reunion. Hello, y'all. I was selling crack on a private jet up in the hell and back. But no confusion, this a reunion. Hello, y'all. Welcome back. Get murder here. He counting money. He said, "Can man, the hell with rap. I'm only here to shit on niggas and piss on bitches. Welcome, ass. I bought jewelry and bikes, nigga. Black Benzes and white Vickers. Now I'm out here and I'm looking for more chandeliers and light fixtures. Nah, I don't like niggas. What's wrong with me? I'm a hype nigga, but this 44 turn to Michael Jordan. I look and say, take flight.
Welcome back to It Is What It Is. This episode is sponsored by Underdog. The app is an easy way to make some cash just by making picks on your favorite players. Underdog is available in more than 30 states, including California, Texas, and New York, just to name a few. Make sure to support the show by hitting the link in the bio and downloading the Underdog app. Use code Mase, Cam, or STAT to get up to $1,000 in bonus cash with your first deposit and a free pick. I'm Treasure Wilson, aka Stat Baby, along with your host Mase, and Cam had some obligations, but he'll be back tomorrow. And today we are joined with our analyst, Michael Irvin. Mike, how you feeling?
Mike, what's going on, baby?
Hey, what's up, man? Y'all know how I feel, man. Y'all stop playing.
Hey,
Right. I got two pieces. This weekend, you know. That thing in my head, boom, boom. And then just a boom, boom with the Cowboys. So, and on all of us fans, our day goes according to the team. And mine was miserable.
Yeah.
Mike, don't start that too early. Pause. We know everybody's been hitting me on, calling me and texting me and DMing me and, saying Mike is not going to show up this week. I knew you was going to show up, Mike. I knew Monday morning you would show up. Everybody said you wouldn't show up, Mike. So you proved a lot of people wrong in Twitter world. In X world, in the IG world, Mike, they all had you not showing up. What made you show up today, Mike?
Well, dude, listen, they were right. I wanted to not show up. It was dead ass. But since I had that plane situation, it already missed the show. I said, damn, I can't use that one. We already had that situation. So yeah, man. Hey, dog, but I'm at a place, makes me say, I'm at a different place with it. At some place, acceptance sit in on the denial steps. So I'm not sure that I know them all, but I'm at almost at acceptance when I see what I see now. And then when Trey Lance got in the game and that ball went, I was like, yeah, let's just ride this one out. And just probably be more of a spoiler if you can. Yeah. But yeah, they're not going anywhere. That thing looks bad.
Well,
They very well, right, maybe get the first pick in the draft.
Yeah. See, I like that you're looking at upside. We're going to get into that Cowboys game in a second. We did see your social media post at church. You was looking for some help.
Begging. Straight begging. Hey, you know what they said? You know what they say? God, I was in church today. I said, God, I'm already going through something emotionally with somebody. I'm going through something emotionally. Then I go out there and lose that game in that Miami game. And I was in church this morning. I was trying to remind God, you promised not to put more on me than I can bear. You say you'll never put more on anyone that they can bear. I couldn't bear it. But he put it on me anyway. So I'm dealing with it. He must think I can bear it.
Yeah, it happened. So we're actually going to start with that Miami game because this was a brutal one. So Miami was handed their first loss after losing 28-23 by Georgia Tech. They are no longer undefeated. Hate to say it, hate to see it, but that's what happened. Mike, this is not a celebrating matter, Mase. But Mike, are you shocked the loss was by the Yellow Jackets in Georgia Tech?
Let me tell you something. I talked about this on my YouTube channel right before the game. I said this game worried me deeply. Now, first of all, Georgia Tech hadn't played football, and I don't know, damn near 2 months. 10 days or 12 days or whatever. They were well rested. And Miami had been playing such emotional high games, winning, not just expending yourself physically, but expending yourself emotionally. I was exhausted. I felt like I'm tired, man. I gotta go back. We have to do this again and get it up. You know what I mean? We gotta go again. And those guys, till the last quarter, I saw the rise. They start trying to rise up, trying to rise above the emotions. Now, there's two things in that. Because the good is you felt like you can always come back. But the bad is you feel like you can always come back. You can't keep starting the way they're starting and expect to do that Cam Ward magical stuff. It's going to catch up with you. And it did. And it did. It caught up with him with that fumble late. But even that, though, let me tell you something. Cam, just one thing, too, though. I thought there were some opportunities that Cam could have maybe got out and took off running and made some plays, took off running. But then he would always turn back around and try to make a play upfield. I always want the quarterback to be thinking about making plays upfield. But when I talk to you guys about Patrick Mahomes and how smart he is, he's always thinking first downs. If I keep getting first down, I'll get a touchdown. And sometimes I wish Cam would just think first downs. Not always that big play. Just think first downs, and he'll be okay. And we'll be okay too. So this is a good lesson. I heard he was. I guarantee you, this will refocus them after going through this.
Yeah, I really want to say Cam played a I felt like he played a phenomenal game up until 2 minutes. I think he did the best of what he could do, because the way Georgia Tech beat them was when it felt like they dropped 8 players back, and then when they started making sure that he had no one to throw to, that's what allowed
Right.
that's what allowed him to get sacked. You know what
Right,
I'm
man.
saying? So once you change up the defense, it's for the offensive coordinator to figure that out and say, you know what, they're doing something different, and not stick with the same play. But when you look at it, he had 348 yards, 3 touchdowns, but it was that fumble. When that fumble happened,
Right.
it pretty much sealed the game. It didn't matter what he did before. It's almost like I was at a UFC fight this weekend, right? And this guy kept fighting, and everybody just was like, "Oh, he got such a strong chin." But everybody has a strong chin until they don't have one. And when you're
Right.
fighting, pause, you're not supposed to rely on your strong chin,
Strong
pause,
chin,
right?
right?
So this is what
Hey, that
you're
ain't a
talking
defense they
about.
put in the fighting art. Right. That's not a defense that you can put in there. Right. Go ahead, hit me. Yeah, you can't do that. Right.
Yeah,
Right.
like I
Yeah.
remember Anderson Silva used to do that. He go, right here, right here, right here. And then he
Yeah.
does all this, and that's exactly how Wadman got him out there, pause. By hitting
That's
him
how
right there.
Spider got knocked out.
Yeah.
I saw dog. I saw that fight too. And boy, hey, listen, because I'm a huge UFC fan. That's like 1A football. I mean, huge. I was at that fight. I saw that fight. I'm at
You
all these
saw the
fights. I'm
knockout
looking
then. All right, so that's where I'm
man
going with
Anderson
Cam
was
Ward. That's where I'm going with
Anderson
Cam Ward. They keep banking on this superhero act. That's exactly what I mean.
right.
You're going to get knocked out doing that. So that's
I like
exactly
the
where I'm at.
analogy.
Yeah.
I like the analogy, man. So actually, that's a great analogy because Anderson Silva was the king, and if he had stayed focused and stuck to the game plan and the basics, he'd have won that fight because he was killing him. He was killing Weidman. Weidman couldn't even hit him, and then he started doing all that, and Weidman caught him on that chin, and he was gone. So yeah. But what you just said, man. Remember they were dropping 7 or 8 defenders,
Yeah, it
only
was
rushing
nowhere to
3.
go. It was nowhere to
So
go.
so right. So you said exactly the right thing. That's why I said, Cam, take off and go get 7 yards. They keep dropping back. Just boop, go get 7 yards. Go get 8 yards. Go get 7. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like Patrick Mahomes does. They do the same thing to Patrick Mahomes. They be dropping everybody back. Pass it. Oh, okay. I'm gonna just get to that red thing right there called a first down and scoot right on out.
Yeah, and go right out of bounds. Don't even
Right.
get hit. Pause.
Right, and pretty soon you can't drop back anymore because we backed up to the goal line. You see what I'm saying? You can take them 7, take them 8. That's what I want them to do sometimes. But yeah, we'll be fine because it's this format, and I think this refocus them refocus them, and we should go forward from here. I still walked around here, man. With my Miami on. To let them know I'm still
Yeah, your
kicking like
colors
that.
are not matching though, Mike. Normally, where's your sweater at? They beat the sweater off of you, Mike. Where's your Ivy League sweater at, Mike?
They got the sweater off of me.
Somebody from Georgia Tech walking around with your sweater on, Mike.
Dude, and they do, let me tell you something. Because, you go to them campus stadiums. So cars don't come up. You got to walk out of there. So I'm walking with everybody to walk out of there. And, man, I got these jokers from Georgia Tech,
Exactly.
Right here, just like I said, okay, man, let me just get out of here, walk here. They were crazy. They were so happy. They all rushed the field, tore down the goalposts, everything. I was like, yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah.
Many
years I did that to people. We did that to people. It doesn't feel right when they doing it to you. It just ain't right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, this loss made the race in the ACC very interesting. I think it's going to be really interesting to see how this play out now that we don't have an undefeated team in the ACC. But all jokes aside, Mike. Yeah. Mike.
That's love for his boy,
man. Are they running around with your sweater?
Love for his boy. Mate, you throwing some love for me like that. You getting in the fight with me. He said I appreciate that love for your boy. You see what I'm saying? Come on now, it's all us. Come on now, Stat. You right there with it.
No, I am.
Yo.
I'm just
as a Florida thing,
It is a Florida thing.
It is a Florida thing,
right now. And of course, Miami will be fine. It is frustrating. And honestly, it's starting to look like Georgia Tech is the real rivalry because, yeah, we say it's FSU, but this is the second year in a row that Georgia Tech has handed us our first loss. So it's like those are the eyes that we be looking at more when we see that team. We see that we're going to go against them because every time I'm like, dang, Georgia Tech is their record's not even that good. Nope. But shout out to Georgia because y'all deserve that win. But at the end of the day, we're going to come back with that fire, especially next year because it's time.
Yeah, and you can't lose this conference to SMU, Mike. Come on now.
Wait.
That would be a travesty.
Find out. Who does Georgia Tech play this week? Okay. Who do they play next?
We know SMU. SMU is the only team undefeated right now, Mike.
Yeah, their next team that they're playing is NC State, November 21st. So
that's a win.
I don't even know NC State record.
That's a win.
Watch.
You said watch.
Yeah. Hey, they left it all on the field with Miami. Because I'm gonna tell you something. That old crazy ass offense they were running. I was like, wow, why does this seem so hard to stop? You know what I mean? Everybody was missing tackles, man, and so they had a pretty good offensive defensive line. That's what I would say.
Yeah. Okay, so let's get into the NFL games. I'm going to make sure I don't start with the Panthers today since everybody got on me last week when I started with them.
Yeah, don't do that.
But shout out to them for their overtime win versus the Giants. I think that they deserve that praise, so shout out to them. But I guess we're just going to go loss for loss because we're going to start with the Cowboys. They took a brutal 34-6 loss to the Eagles. Jalen Hurts actually broke some records, becoming the first quarterback in league history to have 10-plus rushing touchdowns in 4 different seasons. So we know that the Eagles had a good game. We know that Jalen Hurts is playing well. But, Mike, is there anything the Cowboys can do to fix their season at this point?
Yeah.
Hey.
And you just brought it up. Just make sure you keep losing more than Carolina so we can get that number 1 pick. It's lost this season. This season can be great for what you're going to add next season. And right now, I'm so happy to see Bryce Young playing better and feeling like more of a number 1 pick that he was. So now he can start rising up. They don't need another number 1 pick. I see. We can get that number 1 pick. And if that's Shedeur Sanders, that's what we're going to start talking about when I see this football team. Think about all the things that went bad. It just looks like it's been hexed, whatever this year. I mean, we get the fumble. Well, we go down there. We got an opportunity. Then we fumble. We come up, they get up, we come all the way back down. We get a fumble. Then CeeDee Lamb runs right across the goal line. Touchdown, wide open. They throw the ball. It hit him. He can't see it because of the sun. The sun. The Dallas fumbled the ball two of the linemen tried to pick the ball up, missed the ball. So it looks like the bad news bears.
Mike,
It looks like the bad news. The
Mike, we
NFL should
can't let
just stop
CD.
right now and give us the first pick.
We can't let CD get away with this. Nah, they got Oakleys. They got all kind of glasses you could wear. Listen, he could be wearing off-whites if he choose to. I don't know what's wrong with that boy's eyes that he couldn't catch that. Pause. That if it hits you in your shoulder, Mike, you know you're supposed to catch that.
You didn't see that sun? You didn't see the sun coming in that
Yeah,
right in that
Mike.
corner of the stadium. They got that sun. When you look back into that sun, it blocks everything. You know, I caught a ball in the Super Bowl that I never saw. That's how great I am. I just caught the
Mike,
mug.
yeah. The guy in New York caught the ball, paws on his helmet, Mike. I don't care what he have to do, Mike. Like, come on, you're not talking to a novice here, Mike. Come on, you're talking with the expert of Titletown, man. I saw a guy turn around and jump backwards over a guy. You can't tell me he couldn't catch that ball. He's supposed to catch it blindfolded if he have to, man. He got 88 on, Mike. Is this the 88?
Plus falling. Plus he making about falling. So I'm with you. I'm with you on.
Yeah, he winning the magical 88, Mike. He's winning that magical 88.
It is possible to not see it, though. I don't want to put him out because you see he can't pluck that ball, man. But I'm just saying, it just seems like all kinds of things are going wrong. Like what is that? What is that? You get that touchdown there. Maybe you get Philly getting a little pressure, and you get some situations, and it just didn't happen.
Yeah, Mike. I remember a wise man once told you at the beginning of the season. Think trade. I mean, think next season, right? The draft. You remember that stat? Mm-hmm. A wise man once told you that. Do you remember the guy that told you that? Good looking guy from Titletown.
And I'm there. I'm with you. I'm with you. I'm thinking. We get the first pick in the draft.
You gave me all this Willy Wonka, the Chocolate Factory, Dak Prescott. What else we talked about? Jerry Jones and a array of
12 wins a year for the
Martin
last
Luther
3 years.
King. You gave us everything you possibly could. Tell us about Mike. But we're back here at draft. Like I told you, it's important to listen to the prophets, Mike. You went to church so you can know what's going to happen. Dallas is going to need to get in the draft, Mike.
And it's amazing, man. Can you imagine? This right now, I don't see this team. Honestly, when I watch it today, I was like, I don't know. I don't see this team winning another game. I don't know who they can beat. I really don't know who they could be. And certainly not that Carolina team I saw today. Yeah. The Carolina team, man, yeah. So yeah, we just gotta work this out.
Yeah.
But let me say this though. I know it's bad, but boy, them people showed up at Playmakers. I appreciate that. I was like, man, these jokers gonna hurt my restaurant and my heart. But at least they still showed up. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, they showed up, Mike.
We all in there miserable.
Mike, we put the petition out there. Me and Killer, we was coming to do an intervention. That's why the people were there. We had an intervention plan for you because we saw what happened in Miami. Everybody, we got the bad news from Dallas. I called Killer. I said, we got to get to Dallas right away. It's an emergency.
Well, I was, though, boy. I ain't going to lie, though. Saturday night, I knew Dallas, but Saturday night, I was crushed, dog. I was crushed, man. And I don't even like feeling like that. I can't take it. I can't stand that. I can't stand it because I'm an upbeat guy. When my countenance are down like that, and I'm depressed, like I can't take it. I can't. I try to go to sleep. I just got to go to sleep and try to get through that night, and that's what I had to do Saturday. Now Sunday, I know.
Yeah, it was a lot.
Yeah, I know.
So I know you discussed the bad news, so let's talk about some good news. But good news particularly for Mase, Mr. Titletown. Even though Mike is Titletown himself. But turn to with my but yeah.
Let
these
her
little
explain now. Go explain all you
ain't got no
explain.
losses.
You gonna
Ain't
get
no
to it.
losses.
He's like,
ain't got me.
let's start.
I ain't got no losses. And
No losses ain't got him.
me.
What?
Hey.
Okay, so the Chiefs still remain undefeated after beating the Broncos 16-14. Mike, did the Broncos ever have a chance?
Listen, the Broncos along with the Raiders. Think about this, guys. And here's the mistake that everybody makes. The Broncos and the Raiders last year, that's the last game they lost, and the Broncos almost got them today. The only two teams that got it. They're like, no more trying to go find the quarterback to beat them. Let's find a defensive line that beat them up. You see what I mean? That's how the Raiders won in this last year, December. That's how the Broncos almost won this game. So it's no more we're finding a quarterback to try to out-throw you. We're going to find defensive linemen and throw your ass around on this ground. And that's what Denver was doing that gave them a shot. But in the end, yeah, he came back and do what he did. He always does it. He wins the games in the end. But this time was funny because they got that block punt, that block kick, block field goal, I mean. Now that was crazy to see them win without Pat having that ball in his hands and to see Pat go crazy running down the field like, somebody else on his team did something to help us win. So yeah, that's incredible. You saw what it means to them too, don't you? Didn't you? When they won that game. You saw them like we still got it. And next week they play Carolina. Is it Carolina? So they get Carolina next week.
Yeah,
so they got that win.
Yeah, we're gonna run.
Oh, they play the Bills.
Buffalo.
Oh, they play Buffalo.
Good thing it wasn't the Panthers, because we'll run all over the Panthers right now.
That's the game right there, buddy. Hey, listen, I want to see how you walk in here next week. Nah, I don't know why I think they play Carolina next week. But boy, that's the game. Buffalo?
Yeah.
That'll be a good game.
Mike, I'm just gonna keep it 100% real with you. Even though the game was close, right? I want you to think about this for a second. When you got a wide receiver, let's say he's averaging 16 yards per catch. This is in DeAndre Hopkins, right? So that's a nightmare for anybody. All those receivers are just gonna increase every time you get the ball, because now when we play the Bills, right? They're not gonna have an answer for us. If you stop one thing, another thing works. It seemed like when Kelsey is not catching well, then Hopkins is. So you just picking which one you want to beat you. Pause. That's really what's going on. Nobody is stopping Kansas City right now, because hat trick Mahomes, he got too many hats. It's just that simple. Whatever thing they try to do, it seemed like he figured it out. I don't know where he learned how to play football, but he just plays with a supernatural amount of confidence. Like you said, he's not even trying to get the touchdown most times. He's just trying to get 5 more yards. Every time he get the ball, it seems like that's his play.
Well, that's like he plays. Well, that's what I'm thinking.
Mm-hmm.
He plays the position the way the position should be played. He really does.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful thing to watch. Now, but what you're saying to me is, remember, they only put up 16 points today. So even he plays the position, shoulders up, smart. He plays a smart game late in games. That's how they always end up winning games. But they had a shot today. Denver had a shot.
Right.
And the two ways to beat that team is not stop trying to find guys that's going to outplay Patrick Mahomes. That quarterback doesn't exist.
Mm-hmm.
You got to find people to get to him, because you're not going to find a quarterback that will beat him. That's just the truth.
Yeah,
That's why he's titled.
Very few teams have the secondary and the line, though. That's the complication with that philosophy and ideology, is that the most teams that have the secondary that can cover the wide receivers, do not have the speed on the line to be able to get to Patrick Mahomes. And the people that have the speed on the line don't have the wide receivers. I meant the safeties and the corners that can keep everybody else in check. So either way, like I said, it end up you just picking on Sunday and on Thursday and on Monday which player you want to beat you. One day it's going to be Patrick. The next day it's going to be Hopkins. Then it's going to be Hunt. Then it's going to be Kelsey every now and then. You're just picking which team you want to beat you. And I looked at that game like, I was laughing when they was about to kick the field goal. Everybody else was in shambles about it. I looked at it like a little brother who's fast and he's dribbling the ball all around. And you're that much taller than him. And then at the end, you just go,
So when he shoots, you just go swat it out the way. You just let him dribble like he's crazy, but you gotta get on out of here with that, right?
That's what it seemed like. Everybody got all excited. It's like, they about to beat you.
You weren't scared,
about to beat you. I say, yo, you know how this goes.
The Chiefs fans were scared because it wasn't about that ball being in Patrick Mahomes' hands. Now, that defense has been great, and it was on that defense to stop that team, to stop Denver, and Denver still made that drive.
The last special team, Mike, the last special team to be this phenomenal, I have to give this shout out, was the Pittsburgh Steelers. So this now puts us up there even with the Pittsburgh Steelers when it comes to special teams. Are y'all hearing me out there in Steeler Nation? We even have a better, oh my goodness. I'm about to cry of how good our special teams is right now.
Oh, gosh.
We getting blocks for the game. It don't get no more special than that.
Game-winning block.
Come on, a game-winning block
on a team that has Patrick Mahomes. The Chargers, man, they are going crazy. Like, are you joking? We missed a field goal that beat Patrick Mahomes.
Stat, what you got to say about that?
Yeah.
Game-winning blocks.
Yeah.
Stat.
I was just going to say really quick, of course, shout out to the Chiefs. And Mike, to answer your question, they play the Panthers after, but they are playing the Bills next in Buffalo. Have your fun now. Have your fun now.
Ain't no hustle ain't got me. Turned up with my niggas.
Yeah, no. In Buffalo, I don't know. I think that'll be an even better game to really test what's going on. Because after how the Chiefs played versus the Bucs, and then now the Broncos, I don't know. I think the Bills definitely have a really good shot. And we will see that next week. But again, shout out to the Chiefs because they have
where's
phenomenal.
my nigga Killer when I needed him here? Killer, where are you at when we needed you here?
We would not even be feeding into it. Not even with the Chiefs, because I'm not either. We're not doing that today. And that's why next we're going to talk about the Steelers. So the Steelers are 7-2 after beating the Commanders 28-7. Mike, how did you feel about the way both teams played? Because this was a very good game to watch.
A great game. I even went in my notes, right? Because I like to pull out some films and some things that I see in the game. There were two throws. The first throw by Jaden Daniels to McLaurin down the sideline was in phenomenal throw. And then Russell Wilson came right back and gave George Pickens one of those throws. I was like, man, this is insane. And think about this now. Pittsburgh won that game on a joker jumping off sides.
Yeah.
We got a block punt victory, and now you going to jump off sides. 4th and 1. The only way this game is over is if you jump off sides. I saw everybody saying on the defense, just hold your position, don't move. And the joker still jumped off sides. I'm walking back in that locker room looking at this mother. Did you hear him? Nigga, did you hear him say don't move? How could you coach me that right there? But man, if I'm Washington, that's what I would be saying. But I thought that was a beautiful game for the Pittsburgh Steelers, showing you guys what Russell Wilson, when I talked to you about that little triplet thing, and now then I added Mike Williams to it, and I told you he loves to throw those deep balls, and Mike Williams caught him a touchdown today. Pittsburgh can get 28, 30 points out of that group on offense. If they can do that every game, yeah. And I tell you, that'll be a team that Patrick Mahomes don't want to see because they know how to get to the quarterback.
Oh, here we go.
I'm just
Here
telling you
we
now.
go.
I'm telling you. You saw that. You saw. Well, hey, T.J. Watt and them, they know how to get to the quarterback.
Facts.
Mike, when they're playing, when the Chiefs are playing, they should play Montel Jordan. This is how you do it. I'm telling you. I'm telling you what I know, Mike. I haven't seen a team this good since, and I don't want to say this in front of you. I don't really want to say this in front of you, but since the 49ers. I haven't seen a team this good since you and Dion and them. This is one of those teams, man. This is like really one of those teams. This is like we're watching legacy in the making. Like we'll have to tell other kids about the Kansas City Chiefs. This Steeler team is Reggie. You know what I'm saying? It's Reggie. It's smoke, but it's Reggie smoke. It's not Za. You know what I'm saying? The Chiefs is Zaza.
Yeah. You're right, though. Listen, you're absolutely right, Mason. This we are witnessing. We're blessed to even witness this. We really are.
Yeah, thank you, Mike.
Brady and to go to Patrick Mahomes. I'm serious. You're not going to ever see that again. Not that kind of play at that kind of position. We'll get dazzled with all this funky stuff that Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen and all those guys do. But them two?
Yeah, and there's something about this.
Them different masters.
And I'm going somewhere with this. There's something about this, like when you have people playing at such a high level at quarterback, especially at QB1, right? That it start bringing in people like Jaden Daniels and all of these other people because now they have the right image of what to look up to. So this is what we're seeing even when you're looking at Russell Wilson. He has to play up now. He has to play up now because there's somebody special out there at that position. Now, he's doing a very good job at managing this team. And I don't know if this is going to be enough to get it done. I'm just going to be honest. I don't know if what Russell Wilson is doing right now is enough to take the Steelers any further in the playoffs than they ever been before. They'll get there, but if he plays like this, they're 1-out. It's just that simple. It's 1-out. He cannot be getting under 200 yards, throwing the ball away, and just game managing. You know what I'm saying? He got to every now and then show us a little spark of what he used to be. I want to hear what Stack got to say.
Yeah, I completely disagree.
I know you would.
I think that the Steelers are one of the most complete teams right now. Yes. We're doing amazing on defense. Our defense has been carrying us. And now that Mike Tomlin decided to put Russell Wilson as a starting quarterback, our offense has been amazing.
Yes. Putting up some points. It's putting up points.
Yeah, we're putting up way more points than we were before. I think we made a lot of good decisions before the trade deadline. I mean, Mike Williams, he won. He had one target, which was the one catch that was his touchdown at the end, which put us ahead. We've been playing phenomenal football and against one of the teams who are one of the best teams in the NFC right now. We know the Commanders are doing great. Jaden Daniels gave them that spark, that hope that they needed. And so the fact that we beat this team, I know he's a rookie quarterback. Mike Tomlin has a great record against rookie quarterbacks, so that's why I had a feeling that we were going to win this game, but they put the pressure on him, okay? He only completed 50% of his passes today, and it doesn't come just from the quarterback. Our team as a whole has been playing phenomenal football. Earlier in the season, you were getting on the Steelers when we lost to the Cowboys, which respectfully, Mike, I know that's your team, but that's how I feel right now because we still should have won that game. Even when you made your little rant on me and I was looking at the camera, even George Pickens, he swiped up and said, we still lit. And since then, we have been lit. Since we put Russell Wilson in, he's been 3-0 with our team. we've been good. So I've been sitting here keeping it cute, but I'm not finna hear all that.
That's right.
I understand you're undefeated. I understand you're title town, but no. Next we play the Ravens. We're still lit, just like GP said. I don't want to hear it because I'm tired of it. Y'all been trying this team and doubting this team all season. Now that we have the record that we have, everybody want to be like, oh, it's a fluke in the system. Oh, it's this. Oh, it's that. But it's not because y'all have seen it. So I don't want to hear it. That's bad.
Stats. If you guys are giving out trophies for the regular season, count me out of it. I'm just not a regular season guy. You get what I'm saying, Mike? They don't pay me for the regular season. You see the hat that's before me? This hat ain't about the regular season. If we go 12-0, it's not about the regular season. So we don't gloat in that. You know, Mike? We here for the long haul.
That's great.
You get what I'm telling you? We're here for the long haul. Yeah, Mike.
One thing. That's that ring. That's that ring. One thing.
Don't mean a thing.
All
if
I
it
know
don't
is,
got that ring.
All I know is if
do that.
next week y'all lose to the Bills and we beat the Ravens, we have a lot to discuss. We have a lot to discuss.
But that's still, you're missing my whole argument. Like Killer says, what's the real question here? I'm telling you what the real statement is here. Shout out to Killer. I'm saying that the way Wilson is playing right now, Mike, and this is a question to you and to Stat. Can they win with Russell Wilson getting under 200 in the post? That's all I want to ask.
Right. Okay. Now, and I'm going to say this, because this offense is not built around those numbers. It's really built around controlling the ball and not making the mistake. And Russ gives you the one added thing of not making mistakes, but then that deep ball. Both of those receivers are very good at going and get it. So, yeah, I said this when they first made him start. If Russ can get 28, 30, 32 points a game, anywhere from that 28 to 32 points a game, yeah, Pittsburgh can win a Super Bowl. Pittsburgh they can beat Kansas City if he can put up those numbers, but he has to do it consistently. How many times do you think Kansas City has put up that number this year right now? And today they only put up 16 points. So, they're not scoring a whole lot of points. That's what gives them an opportunity. Even under 200 for throwing, because you're not asking Russ to throw for 350 yards. That's the problem they're having in New York. Instead of saying, we're going to run this football and take Aaron's old ass and just throw sometimes and don't make no mistake. No, they think they can use Aaron like he's 22 years old, and you can't. And Russ, that's what they're using Russ like. They're smart with Russ. That's why I like what Pittsburgh has done. I think it gives them a shot because they're one team that knows how to get to the quarterback, and you got to get the pack if you're going to beat the Chiefs.
All right. We're going to save your clip. So I want you to know that, Mike, we have just saved your clip. Nick is in the control room saving this clip, and we're going to let Stat give her take, and we're going to save her clip. So when the playoffs come around and I pull this back up, this is what I'm going to play. Go ahead, Stat.
Yeah, my closing is, like we've talked about, business is business. A win is a win. And if we keep playing like this, we'll see you later.
So you can win without the 200. That's what you're standing on?
A win is a win. We already won this game.
No, that was the question. That's the question. Because I want it on tape. So when I have to say, Nick,
big win,
roll the tape.
And
a win is a win. This is what we're going to pull up. She's standing on business.
Standing on business. And that had to be said. With that being said, we're going to go to break. When we return, we will talk about this 49ers win and the altercation between the team. Don't go anywhere.
Look at White with the Steeler hat on. Put the camera on him. I can't believe it.
Come on, White. Real title town, baby.
She called this thing about toxic. 4 years and counting. Got you feeling like an option. Maybe I'm my own problem, babe. She tired of hearing I don't know. My stubborn in me won't fall. Dealing with this thing called trust. but she really thinking about it, wanna be free.
Welcome back. Now let's get into our underdog picks of the day. Today, the Dolphins will play the Rams. Underdog has Matthew Stafford at 257.5 passing yards. You have him higher or lower, Mase?
The Dolphins playing the Rams?
Yeah.
Higher, but are we skipping over last week? I was perfect.
Oh, your perfect record?
Yeah, perfect record.
No, we're not skipping. We'll make that
All right,
clear.
okay.
I always say it when everybody's at the table so everybody knows the rankings.
Okay.
But yes,
Yeah,
just
Cam
so y'all
is
know.
not here. So when in doubt, use code Cam, but use Mace's brain. Go with Title Town and code Cam. You know. Shout out to my guy.
That's that. Tua is at 1.5 passing touchdowns. Do you have him higher or lower?
Higher.
Okay, and then Tyreek Hill is at 72.5 receiving yards. Do you have him higher or lower?
Higher. This is the human runaway train. Every time that kid get the ball, man, pause, not kid, that guy get the ball, it's like, where did he go?
Nice.
Where did he go?
Be out of there for sure. Hey, if you guys like these picks, remember you always get a free pick if you're not already on Underdog. So make sure to support the show. Sign up now and you can make your picks too. Of course, we're joined back with Michael Irvin. Got to talk about this 49ers versus Bucs game. This was an important game for both of them. But the 49ers won 23-20. Although they won, there is a clip that circulated of Deebo Samuel hitting his own teammates, Tabor Pepper and Jake Moody, after missed field goals. So, Mike, how do you feel about the altercation and 49ers win before we get into Tampa Bay's team?
First, this is Debo's the heart and soul of that football team, you know. And you guys know this thing. They're trying to get this win. I could see him going over there and getting on. But listen, we can't even miss them field goals. You got to understand, dude. All you do is kick field goals. You ain't got to hit no damn body. You just kicking that ball. You can get that. We out here busting heads. We're not losing a game or you missing this field goal. That's just the reality. Your heart and soul, let's get it together. And I don't think they'll make more of it. But he's the heart and soul of that team. They needed that win. They needed that win. We got to give Tampa some credit for how they're playing without Mike Evans.
I knew y'all was going to say
No, it's truth. It's the truth. Keep going, Mike.
Yeah, what do you mean? You don't want to give them no credit? They play. They deserve some credit. The way this team, that offensive line Tampa got, they were putting it on the 49ers defensive line. Yeah. They were just driving that. I've never seen anybody do that to the 49ers defensive line. So I was like, man, Tampa has something, boy. They could have really had a stick if both of those guys didn't get hurt.
So are you saying give Tampa some credit or Mayfield some credit? Which one?
Well, no, you get Tampa credit. Baker only threw for Baker ain't throw for that much. Matter of fact, he threw for like 195 yards or something like that. So you know, but they did make timely plays. He made timely plays, and I love Sterling Shepard and all those guys. He only caught one ball, but I love the feistiness because you know they kind of match each other since they both Oklahoma dudes. But yeah, I just like how Tampa's fighting. I mean, they're not going, they're not giving up. Every game they played, they've been in, even without those guys. So I just thought that was pretty good.
Well, let me ask you guys this. How do you give Tampa credit and not give Mayfield any credit when really he's the one that's, keeping them in the game with the points that they're scoring? Go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to say, you can definitely give Tampa credit because nobody expected them to be having these close games with all the injuries that they've had. It's taken other guys to step up with Mike Evans, Chris Godwin. Like, they don't really have receivers available and even the rest of their team. So the way that they've been playing, we got to give them, even back to that Chiefs game, I still think Tampa Bay could have won that game. So to see that they played that well without key pieces, you got to give it up to not just Baker Mayfield, but their team as a whole. So they're, like Mike said, they're fighting all the way through. So, yeah.
No, I get
gotta
that. I'm
respect
just
that.
trying to see why you guys excluded Baker.
I didn't exclude Baker. Maybe
Yeah.
Mike can explain kind of
You
why.
get what I'm saying?
Well, you're right. Baker went 18 for 29, and that's 18 completions, only 116 yards. Uh, You know what I mean? And one he had a TD. But that's not like he's throwing for 400 or 500 yards. You know, when you're throwing for all them yards, now we're saying, wow, he's throwing them to a win. Right now, he's managing them to victory. They run the ball, but he makes the right plays. That's why you call it managing them, and he's doing a good job. I'm not taking anything away from Baker. I think he's found a home, and that's his team. And if he had Chris Godwin and Mike Evans, they would be scaring some people.
Yeah. And it's kind of unfortunate because I feel like we're losing good football because I want to see how they would play if they did have key players in.
Me
Because I
too.
think we would be very surprised. But of course, it's like, it's football. Injuries are supposed to happen. This is what they're going to have to work with regardless. And they are working through it without those players. But it would definitely be a lot more entertaining.
'cause
to see them in.
Seven. Look at these guys though. They want to show the world they can do something that they were not just Tom Bradyets.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They want to share. We want to get an opportunity to do something without Tom Brady, so we can make our statement. And I thought they had a pretty good chance at doing that when I saw how they were playing today. But that chance got robbed. And these guys are older. You don't know next year they're not going to be the same guys.
Right.
So at some point they're going to lose something, and you're going to be sitting here saying, "Man, what would have happened if this wouldn't have happened this year when we were really rolling?" That's all I'm thinking about.
Yeah.
Wow. You know, there's another team that got a lot of players that got hurt, right? Do y'all know what team that is?
Yeah, what? Kansas City Chiefs.
Thank you, Mike.
Hey man, you know what, man? You had
I'm just
you,
I don't I do a lot of research, Mike.
I can't even be mad at you, dog. Let me tell you why I can't be mad at you. Because if the Cowboys were winning like that, I would be doing the same shit. Do you hear me? I would be doing the same shit. I would be doing it to everybody. I would be.
Yeah, because they saying they want to see how you play without key players, and we're showing you how that look. Stat, you don't have to wonder how it looks. This is how it's supposed to look. The hat is in front of you right now.
Yeah.
Can you read?
The
funny,
Chiefs.
man.
And then Mase, I definitely want to get your opinion on Deebo basically hitting his own teammates. I'm not going to say it's the same type of thing, but it kind of is. It's kind of giving me that player comparison in the NBA to Draymond hitting Jordan Poole, that type of thing. Because Mike did say heart and soul. I would say Draymond Green kind of is the heart and soul of the Warriors. How do you feel about him hitting his teammates, given that Jake Moody did miss 3 straight field goals?
That's interesting because you definitely want to get them back in the game. I'm not sure if the hit is gonna work. Especially it's something about public disrespect.
Yeah.
That most people don't do well with that. So it ended up going in the wrong direction.
Did they take it wrong? Those stats. How did the kickers take it?
I mean, yeah, I'm looking at the video. He definitely,
took it wrong.
he did not take that lightly. Because first, yeah, he kind of like choked him out just a little bit and then hit the other one on the way out. And they looking like, damn. So they didn't take that lightly. It wasn't like a, bro, tighten up. It was like a, and they was not.
It wasn't
not liking
a smack on the helmet. You know what I'm saying? Let's get it, man. You better than that. It wasn't one of those. It was nigga by ever.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
What do you think though, man? Wait. Why you think they call that nigga Deebo?
Yeah.
Deebo, you missed another kickoff for him.
Yeah, Mike. I'm mad I missed that, Mike. Why you think they call him Deebo?
What? That Deebo. You gonna get Deebo. Give me your bike. You miss another kick, I know I'm gonna take your bike. He go deep.
Hold his keys, make him take a Uber home.
Right. That's the dude though, man. But that's how he is though. He's that dude. He's that intense. He's that physical. Did y'all see what he wore to the game today? They showed that too. That was
Yesterday,
short.
what he had on?
Yeah, yesterday. Did you see what he wore in that game, man? You got all black and some black shorts, look like gym shorts, with some black socks and black what we used to call church shoes. Like, it was,
Anybody
yeah,
wears shorts with
yeah.
black shoes like that, you need to watch them.
They need to be watched.
They
Why?
need to be
Right. You know
watched.
who reminded me?
Horses.
Yeah,
Right,
black
mate. You know
forces, black
who he
socks.
reminded me of? Walking in there, he reminded me of killer ass Mike Tyson with all that black on. Just gonna come and kill somebody. When Mike walked there with that little that one towel, that black shorts and the black shoe, boy, that was a dangerous looking dude.
Okay, so now let's get into the Lions. They are still on a roll. They're at 8-1, beating the Texans 26-23. Mike, are you ready to say you trust the Lions?
I trust them in this form to fight and fight hard, play hard all game. But now, I notice things like if you take out Amon St. Brown in that offense, that's a different offense. Remember, I told you guys, and we were talking about Jared Goff, because last week he was second in MVP voting. And I was like, I don't know about getting into that. Because, and Cam and y'all guys talked about it. Remember, we talked about, leaving LA the way you left LA and they win a Super Bowl the next year, that's going to always be on you. But I told you then, I said, LA took them because Matthew Stafford liked to go up the field with the ball, throw the deep balls. But Jared Goff is better with the short passing game. That's why he was averaging 80% a completion percentage and everything. Today, when he was trying to go up the field,
Let me get
nigga, it
that.
was
Let me get
raining
that.
interceptions.
Yeah, let me get that.
Interception.
Pause.
Interception. Interception. It's like, boy, this is why you got up out of the Rams. You got to stop it. So they got to remain who they are. I'm confident if they remain short passing game, run game, the last thing is up the field because Jared Goff going to bless you if you try that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm ready to give the Lions some regular season credit. I'm gonna give them regular season credit. And don't get excited about this, Lions fan. This is like homeroom credit. You know what I'm saying? It's not a grade. It's attendance. We will acknowledge that you're here. I'm expecting y'all to play well regular season. I keep telling you, for me, everything is postseason with me. You gotta, it's like playing your album for certain people, right? You got people who listen to your album, they're street people. They're gonna tell you if you got a street anthem. Then you got people listening that got an ear for radio. Oh, that's a hit. Then there's people that listen for marketing and money.
I like
They
that,
say,
dog. I like that.
we're gonna make a lot of money with this. So when you speak in sports, you got to know the type of sports people you're talking to. Like if you're talking to stat, you talking whatever you're talking. I'm not even going to get into that. If you're talking to Mike, you're talking, what team he likes. You're talking to Killer, you're talking statistics and all of that. But when you talk to me, look here. When you talk to me, you're talking to Titletown. All we care about is ring or fling. You get what I'm telling you? Is ring or fling. It doesn't matter in Titletown unless you win. So when we're looking at the Lions, they were down 10-0. Halftime, they're down 23-7. I'm texting people. I jumped the gun. I ain't gonna lie, I jumped the gun. I hit a few people I know from Detroit. I said, we're gonna talk soon. They said, "Oh, let Goff cook. Let him cook." Goff ended up, getting a win, even though he threw 5 interceptions. This is what I'm talking about. You can't be excited about this win, even though how people said we won and we played horrible. No, this is a sign you won't win in the future. If you got a guy throwing 5 interceptions, he may think like that fighter thought, I got a strong chin. And remember, you got a strong chin until you don't have one. You just don't want to develop
always hate
these bad habits, right?
Right. Have a dude thinking that's the talent. Maybe you got a strong chin. No, you ain't got no defense. You got to get, that is not a talent. A strong chin is not a talent. I don't care what anybody says.
So shout out to St. Brown. St. Brown definitely did his thing, and I wanna mention Laporta. Is that how you say his name? Laporta, he
Laporta.
did. He's playing really well. But Goff got to fix this, man. 240 is definitely good, but those 5 interceptions, you got to take care of the ball because in the postseason, that's what it turns down to. Who can make the least mistakes? And those mistakes are going to cost you. So 5 mistakes won't even put you nowhere near past a wild card game, realistically.
That's a great way to put it. And then just on the opposite end, kind of similar to the Bucs, just for the Texans, I hope that they get back healthier again because I felt like they were on such a high last season. Not that they're not on a high, but they're not kind of where we expected them to be. So I can't wait till they get kind of back into that rotation just to be at a better position than they are.
Yeah, and C.J. Stroud, I was expecting better.
Yeah.
Like he's playing well, but those 2 mistakes. If you take away these 2 turnovers, we're looking at, Detroit having 2 losses right now.
That's what makes the difference. It is the little things that we have to pay attention to because.
Yeah, but for Houston, Houston this year, it's been the pressures that they've allowed to get to the quarterback. He's been, kind of hurt sometimes coming back, and then they've lost. Think about this here. I'm talking about Houston. You had 2 number 1 receivers.
Yeah.
And they're both out.
Yeah.
2, Nico Collins was leading the NFL in receiving the first 5 weeks when he was playing. And then Stephon Diggs, he was right there. You lost 2 number 1 receivers. So that's a big hit.
Yeah.
Wait, Mike, so why are we not giving the Texans credit? They're fighting.
I just did.
Yeah, they're fighting like the Bucs. They're fighting. And they're from Texas. Why are we not giving them credit?
That's a great question.
But that is, you know what? Actually, that's a very good damn point. You know what? I swear I ain't think about that until you just said it.
Yeah.
Hey, the Bucs lost 2 number 1 receivers.
Same
so
thing.
after the Texans. So yeah, you're right. That's a very good point. Oh, you hot over there tonight. That's a good point.
Yeah, Mike. This is what they pay me for, Mike. This is what they pay me for.
I'm done. Well, that is all the time that we have for today, Mike. It's always a pleasure to have you on the show. We'll see you in a couple days.
I do that all the time. Okay. All right.
See you, Mike. I see you got the red Cowboys on. You trying to play neutral between the Cowboys and the Texans.
Hey, man. It might be my last week of being able to wear this, the cowboy hat, with the way they're playing. From now on out, you're going to see me in Miami and Colorado.
You can't
I'm
say
about
that.
to hit Dion now because I think I want to go to Colorado next week. I'm going to see if I can get up that Saturday.
Are you jumping ship? Like, you can't do that.
Well, no. Miami's on a bye next week. Miami's on a bye next week, so I'm going to go see my boy. I'm going to go see my boy Saturday. Right? We got the Mike Tyson fight Friday night in Dallas. Yeah. And then Saturday, Dion. And then come on back Sunday. And then, Monday night, the Dallas and Texans. I'll be at the Texans game.
Okay, just had to make that clear. You talk about switching hats and stuff. We can't do that.
Yeah, Mike, we got to get you
I
got you a good old cowboy hat, too. I can't wait to send it to you. I need you to wear that cowboy hat.
Don't send me no cowboy hats this year. This the last day I'm wearing this one.
Crazy.
Don't count. But I'm not switching hats, but I will vacillate from hat to hat.
Make it clear.
Next Saturday,
Mike, the switch up is real. You stat. The switch up is crazy.
The messenger is even crazier. The messenger is even crazier. But y'all, thank y'all for watching. And as always, it is what it is.
What you want? want, nigga? Everything, nigga, super size. Two Big Macs, like when they doing them 2 for $5.